What is up, V-Shred Elite family? This is Coach Alicia here. We are going to chill it out for our Wednesday live workout today. So today we're going to do some balance and mobility work. You are going to, well, you don't really need anything at all, but props are always really, really great to use, mainly because when we do balance and mobility work, sometimes if we can't get the posture correct and we're kind of wobbling all over the place and everything, we're sort of losing kind of the purpose of the exercise that we're trying to do. So I've got a chair here that I'm going to demonstrate a couple things with, and I took a plant off of a plant holder. I'm going to use this for some of my stuff. So if you have like a yoga block, or you have like, I don't know, take a spaghetti pot and flip it upside down, whatever works best for you. We are going to get started here in just a moment with our balance and mobility work. So clear a nice space out here for you. Sorry for all of my clients that love my dog. My dog is not in my crate. He will not be joining us today for this workout. And we are going to get started. So we're going to start standing for everything to begin with, and then we'll move down to the floor. So we're not doing a whole bunch of like up and down level work here. So I'll give you 20 more seconds to grab your stuff, grab some water, and we're going to get started. Better hurry up, we got 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, time to go. All right, so we're first going to start off just with a quick full body kind of warm up here to get all of those joints nice and loose and moving around and everything. We're gonna first start off with just some shoulder rolls. Just go forward and backwards. If you've been sitting at your desk, if you're doing this on the hashtag replay, been sitting at your desk all day, this is gonna feel really good. Then we're gonna go forward a couple times. And now we're gonna go backwards again, but I just want you to like bring your arms up, make it just a little bit wider. Y'all see I almost just knocked my elbow out on my chair. And we're gonna go forward. So same thing, elbows up a little bit deeper. We're just going 3 or 4 times here. All right, let's bring the arms up. Let's bring them all the way down. I like to interlace my fingers behind my back. Big, big stretch up. Open that chest up. Let's do that one more time, all the way up. All the way down. Hands behind the back. Open all the way up. Let's take our legs, we're gonna spread them apart just a little bit, and we're gonna work to some small hip opening to some larger hip opening. So first thing we're going to do is just kind of rock side to side, 3 or 4 times each side. Now I want you to add a little bit of a knee bend to it. We're just getting a little bit deeper here. Now we're gonna reach down. We're just stopping at the knee here. Just stopping at the knee, slowly working our way in. And let's go all the way down to big toe, a little bit deeper. Again, go at your own pace here. I'll always tell you how many we are going to do, so you can kind of just catch up when whatever works best. Let's get one more. Good, and from here, we're gonna put hands on thighs, slide the hands down, nice and slow, reach down. Here's a great time for that prop if you need to be up a little bit higher. If not, all the way down. Drop your head down if you like. Kind of shake that head back and forth a little bit. Good, and put those hands back on your thighs. Drop your hips down, press yourself all the way back up to standing. Now, here's a great opportunity. Grab that chair. We're gonna stretch into our quads a little bit, into our hip flexors, and then we're gonna get started in our balance and mobility work. So I'm gonna grab back of my leg, open up nice and big. Try not to overextend and pop yourself back like this. We wanna stay nice and straight here. If you wanna get deeper into the quad, we're just gonna pull back slightly. We'll hold that there for just a couple more seconds. All right, and go on to the other side here. If you don't need a chair, that's awesome. You don't have to use it. Good, now I'm going to take my chair, I'm gonna flip it around. I'm gonna put my leg up on it. We're just gonna get into the hamstrings. Same thing, other side. Good, and we are ready to begin. Give yourself some wrist circles if you like. I love doing wrist circles. I don't know about you guys, but typing on the computer all day long gets my wrists all a little fired up. So a couple wrist circles feels good. So why balance and mobility? Because usually it's stuff that we don't work on. It's really easy for us to do all of like the HIIT and the strength training and stuff like that because it's like fun and entertaining and gets you sweaty. But we also need to remember to work on those small little proprioceptive muscles. So all those itty bitty muscles like in your ankles, your knees, your hips, your core, your shoulders, all of that, all of those things play a really big, important part of being able to do all of the other exercises that your awesome coaches give you. So we're gonna start with some of that today. We're gonna start with some very basic things and then go into a little bit more advanced things. Like I already said, we'll start standing and then we'll move down to the floor. So first thing we are going to do is just very simple single leg balance. So we're gonna start just a couple ankle circles here, back and forth. I'm standing on my right leg here, left leg up. Remember, hold on to that chair if you need to. Make sure when we do this that we're not popping our hip out to one side or the other side. Try to stay nice and even. Good, let's go into the other side here. So I always love to do balance stuff with my hands and my hips. I feel like I can find a place to focus on a little bit better. It reminds me to keep my chest open, not let myself cave in because then I lose my balance as you just saw. Beautiful. Now going back to our right leg, we're gonna stay a little bit longer on this side. So taking that leg, we're bringing it back up to that 90-90 position. Option here, if you've got that prop, you can keep your foot on here. This is also balance and mobility work right here, even though I have my foot propped up, but we're gonna hold for here. So fire that core up, we're holding. Now, if you'd like to add a little bit more challenge, level 1 is going to be arms up into the air. Now, you'll notice when I'm doing this, I'm not going to be looking directly at the camera a ton because my focal spot is about 4 feet in front of me to make sure that I balance. Whenever you need, tap that foot down on anything to regain your balance. Next spot you can go into is wrapping your hands around that knee. Try to keep those toes pointed towards the nose, up nice and tall. Again, whenever you need, set that foot down. If this is a cool spot for you to hang out, that is awesome. Go ahead and hang out right there. If you're feeling a little, saucy on this Wednesday and want to play around with some stuff, hold on to that chair if you want. See if you can reach and grab that foot and send it forward. If you can't, grab hold of underneath and just hold your leg forward. That also is balance and some strength work. Hang on if you need. See if you can challenge yourself to bring that foot all the way out. So remember, options for everybody here. You can be all the way out. You can be holding. You can be holding. You can be holding here. Whatever works best for you. We're gonna hold for 3, 2, 1. Now, challenge time. Try not to let it fling back like I just did, and hold. Good, set that down, shake that leg out. That opposite butt cheek's probably a little fired up right now. I'm gonna take my chair. I'm gonna move it to the other side. So same thing that we started with here. Balance if you need. We're gonna start knee up. Get those toes pointed towards the nose. Up nice and tall. I like to do a lot of ankle circles. Sorry, my ankles always hurt. Now remember that level 1, you can just hold balance here, tapping that foot down on that prop as you need. Arms up nice and high, get those biceps next to your ears. I hope you put deodorant on or else it might be a little awkward there for you. Next level, you can try and hold here, up nice and tall. And again, if you're feeling a little bit spicy on this Wednesday, grab hold of that chair, try and reach and extend that foot forward. I'm gonna keep hanging on this side because my left hip is a little bit weaker than my right one. So I'm gonna keep hanging on, but still get the balance and the flexibility here. Remember, this right here works, this works, whatever works best for you works. So all the way out. And don't let it fling back. Try the best you can. Hold it right up. Get that belly button pulled in nice and tight, hips nice and level, and release it back down. Good. Shake those legs out just a little bit. Now we're going to go to the opposite side. So we just did some forward bending, balancing. Now we're going to do some spine extending, balancing. So I'm going to take my chair, I'm just going to move it off to the side here. First thing we are going to do, I like to, again, start with my hands at my hips or on my chest, because I feel like I can hold my chest up nice and high. We're going to start left leg up at 90, or right leg, whichever you want to do. We're going to step forward, and first we're going to balance with just our toe down. So I'm slightly leaning forward, balancing with my toe down. If you're ready, you can try to hinge at that hip to open it up a little bit. Again, put that toe down if you need to. This is still balancing. I'm still feeling this left butt cheek fire right up here, even with my toe down. And then if you want, you can take off airplane arms. This is called Warrior 3. I love this as kind of like a back opening, glute activating pose here. And come all the way back up. Challenge yourself, try to bring that knee back up to 90 here. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Your hip flexors are stronger than you think. And then we're gonna set it down, switch to the other side. So my left foot is slightly back here, chest up, shoulder blades are down and back, slight bend in my knee. I can hang out here, because again, I'm feeling that right butt cheek fire up, even while I'm just hinging forward like this. And if you want, you can open up to here. So like I said before, not really staring a ton at the camera while I'm doing this, because I'm trying to find my focal point that's about 4 feet on the floor directly in front of me. Send those arms back, open that heart up if you like. One more second. Bring the hands back in, squeeze. Challenge yourself. If you gotta let that toe touch down, that's okay. Bring it back up and relax. Good. Shake those legs out just for a little bit. Taking that chair, moving it off to the side. I am definitely going to use the chair for this next one, because we're going to combine some opening in the chest with a little bit of glute work as well. This is one of my favorite poses to work on for balance. Starting with our right leg down, just because I got the chair on the right side, and that's just a little easy. We're going to take and bring your left leg up into what we call tree pose. Now, don't put that foot directly on your knee. You want to be above it or below it, or down on the ground. Again, this is balancing too, whatever works best for you. We're going to stand up at the top here, opening that chest up nice and tall. Option to stay here if you want. Option to use that chair, push it away a little bit. Take that arm, and we're going to reach over to the side. If you've got some tight obliques here, this is going to feel really, really good. So opening up. Now my chair has got a spot where I can hold on to on the bottom, so I'm going to go right into there, and I'm going to hold here and then open up. So now I'm balancing more. Okay, this is called this is like a little half moon, falling star kind of variation here. But opening up. And if you want to challenge yourself, try and let go for a little bit. And for the super spicy version, we can hang on, bend that knee, open, and see if we can balance holding here. Now again, I'm showing like beginner, intermediate, and advanced versions. You pick whatever works best for you and your body today. Whatever challenges you best, but also have fun, play around, try something new, see what happens. We're gonna squeeze those inner thighs, come back up, see if we can balance. Back to that center spot, 3, 2, 1, beautiful. All right, prop change, over to the other side. Let's move to the other side. So we're gonna start in that kind of tree pose. Remember, one side's always gonna be different than the other. It's totally fine. If you're right-handed or left-handed, it's all gonna feel different. Take that arm, reach it up and over. One side might be a little bit tighter, a little bit looser. You're gonna notice that my left side is way tighter than my right side, so some of my balancing is a little bit different from side to side. That's okay. You can hang out here if you want. You can put that foot down on your prop. You can take that leg, you can open it up into kind of our half moon variation here. Try to keep those hips nice in alignment. So you saw I was kind of open too much. I wanted to be right here, nice and flat. I'm gonna come down a little bit deeper here. And then if you want to add kind of that kick variation, you can hold on here and do that. Hold here for 2 more breaths. And slowly try to release it back to wherever you were. We're gonna go back to that home base, squeeze those inner thighs, find something to focus on. Back to the center, hold, and relax. Good. Shake those legs out real quick there. Excellent work, everybody. Our last standing posture that we'll do before we head down to the floor real quick, you're gonna either use your chair or you can use your prop. Depends on how far down you wanna go. So I'm gonna move my chair so it's facing me. We're gonna work on some variations of standing splits. So if you are somebody that gets a little lightheaded when you're upside down, please use caution with this. We're gonna start base position, up nice and tall. Take that foot forward. Hands can reach out to your chair. You can hang out here if you want to. If you want to try and go a little bit lower, you can as well. Slight bend in the knee. We don't want to have our legs super locked out. Slight bend in the knee. I like to take my back foot and kind of open it up a little bit. Feels pretty good. Remember, hands, props, wherever it is that you need to go. This is your workout. I'm just kind of giving you some ideas of what to do. Nice and slow, we're gonna come all the way back up. Try to balance, 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 balance. Good, and recover. Same thing on the other side. So find that starting spot. Look at where it is that you're going. We're gonna send that leg back, a little bit too close here. Hang out where you wanna hang out. This is always good. Small micro bend in that knee, release all the way down. If you want to add that kind of hip opener here, you can do that as well. Couple more seconds. Good, straighten, hands back to wherever it is you need to go. Squeeze that glute, come all the way up. Find that home base. Give me a thumbs up, and let's get ready to move to the floor. So you can move your stuff kind of out of the way. You're not gonna need it for here. I'm gonna back up just a little bit so you can see me here. We're gonna start down on the ground. So this is gonna be more kind of like mobility-based work instead of balance work on the ground. So I don't know about you, if you sit all day, your hips are probably really tight. Hopefully they feel a little bit looser from that. But we're first gonna start off, hands behind. We're just gonna windshield wiper our hips side to side and knees side to side here. Now, if you wanna get a little bit deeper into this, you can start in your 90-90 here. You guys have probably seen this in your workouts that your coaches have gave you. 90-90 stretch, you can keep your hands down, rotate kind of to the other side. Okay, you can bring those hands up if you like. Try to not, oh, there you go, see? You can see my tightness that I have on that left side. Side to side. Now, if you want to add a little bit more, pop yourself up. We're gonna go 3 more. whatever version it is that you like, to each side. Excellent move if you are a postpartum mommy. This is a beautiful move to kind of really start working into that pelvic floor a little bit more. Kind of helps you get up and off the ground, especially hands-free when you got your baby in your hands. Excellent. And we'll meet back into the center here. From here, I'm going to turn to the side so you can see hands are going to be back a little bit. We're going to slight bend in the elbows. Right leg is out straight. We're going to go all the way up, out to the side, and then back in. Up, out to the side, and back in. 2 more just like that. Up, side, back in, up, side, back in, and switch. Up, side, back in, up, side, in. Give me 2 more. Good. Hug that chest to those knees real quick. Moving into a little bit of, this will be the one balance thing that we'll do. We're gonna come back just a little bit. Option 1, keep those toesies on the ground right here if you like. Option 2, open those arms up, lean back a little bit. Alternate your legs as you go. A little bit of a core workout. If you've done any of the core workouts with our other awesome coaches, definitely seen this. Next option, try and hold here. This is perfect right here. You're gonna open up here if you want. Keep those hands down. I'm gonna keep my hands down a little bit because when I open up, I tend to slouch, and I don't want to slouch. I wanna keep my chest up. Holding for 3, 2, 1, and release. Good. Flip over onto those hands and knees. We're gonna get into the thoracic spine here, so this upper part of your back a little bit. So finding that nice tabletop position here, wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. We're gonna first start, right hand, draw a big, big circle, open all the way up, close it back down. Left hand, big circle, close it back down. 2 more just like that. Last one. Excellent. Taking that right hand. This time, instead of going in a circle, we're just going to open, swing underneath, come back, follow up, open, swing underneath. 1 more, open, and swing underneath. Same thing other side. I'm gonna bring my right hand in just a little bit more to the center here. I'm gonna open up and swing underneath. All the way up. Last one. Good, and anytime I do any rotation of the spine, I like to kind of reset it. So set yourself into a plank or knees down, but we're just gonna reset our spine real quick and then set it back down. Push yourself all the way back up, taking that right leg, bringing it forward. We're just going to lean forward and then send our hips back. This is one where if you have that prop you wanna put your hand on to do this, that is an excellent choice. We're gonna go 2 more here. Now this last one, we're gonna stay forward. I want you to bring your hands to the inside here and just kind of move your hip in and out here. Focusing a lot on hips here today. I know most people, at least all of my clients I know, have really tight hips, and I think this is very important to kind of get into. And switch. So other leg, we're gonna rock forward and lean all the way back. Come all the way forward, lean all the way back, all the way forward. You got 2 more in you. If this hurts your knee, you can always put like a towel or a small pillow underneath Maybe a nice little teddy bear if you got something, you know, whatever works. Last one, we're gonna come forward, hands into the center, and we're just going to kind of move that knee back and forth. Excellent. All right, reset the spine into that plank. It's just like 5 seconds. You can do it, I promise you. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Staying in that quadruped position here, we're going to take left hand, right leg, reach up, reach out, in, reset. We're gonna do the same side to start. So up, out. You're gonna notice when you go out, your balance is gonna have to kick in, back in, reset. 2 more. Up, out, in, reset. Up, out, in, reset. Other side. So I've got left leg, right arm, out, open, in, reset. Up, open, in, 2 more. Good. You know where we're going. Plank position, reset that spine. 2, 1, and sit back. Good. All right, so if you have stuck with me, we have done about 27 minutes or so of mobility work. This is a really great thing that you could do, like the standing part before you work out, this floor part when you get finished working out, whatever works best for you. So last thing we're gonna do is obviously work on our hips again. So if you've got your chair, you can use that here. First option I'll show you is going to be sitting here. You can be up nice and tall. You can stretch your leg out to the side, open your hips up like this. Sorry, you can't see me very well. Open your hips out like this. This is all supported stuff here. Okay, so this is your first option here. If you want to stick with that for a little bit. If you want to try and get into our little spicy Wednesday that we've been doing, we're going to go down into a yogi squat. This is also called like a malasana or just kind of a body weight squat. You can get down here. Again, use your prop in front of you if you need. And if you can, we're just going to reach out. We're going to come back in. We're going to reach out. Come back in. Remember, I showed you the other modified version of this. If you need, and hold. Now, revisiting kind of like our thing we did, or what we talked about in the beginning, why we work on balance and mobility, because all the research shows that there is a huge correlation to how mobile you are and how well you can balance. It's like a 10-second test that they do, I think at the doctor's office on single leg. And there is a very high correlation of how long you can balance for and rate of morbidity. I can never say that word right, morbidity. So working on your mobility and your balance is going to make all of your activities of everyday life that much easier. Think about how much easier it is just to grab things, to reach for things, to pick things up off of the floor, to judo kick somebody if they're trying to come at you, all of those things. Hope you had an awesome time. Leave a comment if you have any questions, and I'll see you again next time. Bye, everybody.